Yeah, it's good. I would say you should try very hard to exercise and have a great body. It makes you feel good. If you feel good, you're going to think good. You're going to perform better. You're going to be happier about yourself. You're going to be proud of yourself. It's good for your mental health. It
Right,
increases your
I know that.
lifespan.
No, I agree.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's great. I mean, that's great. Are you still on antidepressants?
Yes, I am.
So you're currently, would you describe yourself as a depressed person? Are you currently depressed?
No, I'm not currently depressed.
Can I,
So
Ethan, answer your question?
Well,
why are you
antidepressant.
taking
Well,
depressed?
yeah, because yeah, I was depressed. I was having a hard time a few years ago, and I decided to try Lexapro, and it's really helped me a lot. It's actually, I recommend people that are feeling depressed that they should actually, they should. I think people should try it. In fact, I recommend it.
So I would disagree. I would say that there's a lot of things you could try before taking medication, synthetic medication to cure this, because depression can come from a lot of things. And if you sit down and think about it, it's probably going to be different for every single person. But I was depressed at one point. My mom was depressed. We were depressed for different reasons. My mom took antidepressants. I didn't. I was depressed because I didn't like the way that I looked when I was a kid. And instead of taking medication, I just tried really hard to get really,
So
really
when you say
healthy.
that you
And
have the
then,
wisdom,
well, hold on.
hold
Hold
on.
on
This
one
is
second.
important. You acknowledge that you've been depressed, but you also talk about you have the wisdom of 24-year-old. Do you think that there's other reasons that people could be depressed other than kind of adolescence anxiety about the way that they look, which is pretty common? Let's be real. I think everybody's
Yeah.
insecure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. I think there's several reasons why people could be depressed, and I'm
just
not gonna
several.
try to name them off to you, but I think that there's plenty of reasons people could be depressed. But either way, depression will come from not you're not in a situation that you like. You're not where you like to be, whether that's done to you outside of you or whether you've done it to yourself. It's just you're not happy with your situation or where you're at in life. And a lot of the times you can personally make a change or you can react differently to make that situation better. And doing that, like actually reacting, like for me to go to the gym and come up with a diet plan and learn and work on getting a six pack is a lot harder than popping a pill every
Popping
morning.
pills is the easy way
So
out.
right.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
know
you
what's
understand that.
interesting?
So it's like everyone's gonna always opt for, well, not everyone, but they're most of the time you're gonna opt for the easiest route. But I don't believe that the easiest route is the good route. I think the
So
harder route
I
is the good
actually
route.
think your opinion is super toxic and it's actually super basic. And you talk about wisdom, and I think you're
Toxic.
no, and I'll explain to you why. Well, you're making a lot of assumptions about me again. I've been to a lot of therapy and I've tried lots of things to improve my situation. The pills was the last ditch effort to do something to help my situation. In fact, if you'll know, I had the pills next to my bed for months because I was so apprehensive to take it because of all
Good,
the
Ethan.
opinions of people like you who, and because I felt that too, like that it's the, and people say it's the easy way out. People who kind of are in the Sigma grind set like you is actually the hardest decision I had to make in my mental health recovery was the decision to take the pill, right? And I think for a lot of people, that's the reality of taking antidepressants. It's not the easy way out. It's actually the hardest decision to make.
My mom went through it, and what you said's right. What you just said's right. She went through this for years.
Right.
She was bipolar. So you said the truth. You spoke from your heart.
Thank you, Jimmy. I did speak from my
You're
heart.
making me almost cry.
How
I
is
never heard
how
you
is my
talk like
opinion
that.
toxic?
That's crazy.
Well, it's toxic because I've heard this
Wow.
opinion a lot of your peers and people who share that opinion with you. And I think it's toxic because it's discouraging men specifically from seeking out valid and very helpful treatments for their problems. You think that going to the gym is going to resolve all your issues. And I think that's actually,
No,
you
I
talk
didn't say
about,
that.
what,
No, I didn't say that.
you
I
say,
said, look, if you don't like the way you look, get in the gym. Don't take an antidepressant pill. That is not a
well, I
toxic
could have
opinion
told
at
you
all, and
that.
that is the correct thing. That is the correct thing to do.
Yeah, but that's not that interesting of a statement, is it? Because that's
It
pretty
doesn't have
obvious.
to be interesting. Yeah, oftentimes the correct thing is boring, and it's yeah, sure, it could be basic and
I
boring,
also
but
don't
that's
think that's
correct.
clinical depression. You have 24 years of wisdom, so I don't want to patronize you. But if you're able to go to the gym and go through the depression and get kind of shake off the depression, I don't think that is clinical
That's
depression.
not depression.
Yeah,
The
that's
appearance.
Yeah, I mean, who are you to say why I felt depressed? I had a very depressive feeling
right. Well,
because
there
I
is a
didn't like this
clinical
part about myself.
yeah, there is a
So
clinical
there's, I mean,
definite.
it's an opinion.
Right.
It's
No, it's
not,
not.
you guys can't, you're not, you have no authority to say what's okay to cause my depression or what isn't. I mean, I don't know why you're depressed, but I'm not going to sit here and say, well, that's not a fair reason to be depressed. Why are you depressed? Why were you depressed?
No, no, no. I'm not saying it's not a fair reason. I'm saying that there is a clinical definition of what clinical depression is, right? And chances are, if you're young and you go to the gym and shake it off, you probably don't have clinical depression. And can I ask you, were you ever diagnosed with depression?
Yeah, I think I went to when I went and got therapy for a period of time, and I went to a psychiatrist as well, and they said I just have some similar symptoms, like I'm over there, but
You're over
I didn't
there.
take any medication,
Right.
any medication for it. I worked my way out of it, and this is also so
That's
you
look, can I
understand.
say something?
This
You
is
say you worked your way out of it. It implies that
well, hold
people
on.
who have clinical depression are not doing everything that they can to get rid of it before they take the medicine. There's this implicit thing that you and your peers say is that people who have depression are weak, and that if they taking the medicine, that's a
No,
sign of
uh-uh.
weakness. Right.
No, not at all.
Medicine
No, no,
is a
no, no.
cop out. It's the easy way out.
No, 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 not at all. I'm not saying people that have depression are weak. I would argue that most people feel depressed at some point in their life. That's what I would
Well,
feel. Most people I
that's
know,
not an
most of my
argument.
friends.
That's a known fact. People go through depressive
Okay,
periods. It's absolutely
great.
normal.
So, right. So everyone has been there, and it's not weak for you to be depressed. Everyone has been
No,
depressed.
that's not what I'm saying.
Maybe in that moment you're being a little bit weak
The
in that moment.
taking the
Maybe not. I don't
medicine
know.
is the weakness that you're implying.
I'm saying that there's a lot that should be done before you take medicine. And I'm also saying that even though I'm saying that is going to be hard. Like whatever that you have to do before you take medicine, whether it be go to the gym or work and mend a relationship, it's going to be extremely difficult. And people are going to give up far too soon before it fixes itself and they can pull themselves out of that feeling, out of that state. Okay. So taking a pill, yes, you said you could think about taking it for months and it can be on your mind. But for you to go into the gym or for you to fix something in your life, that could take way longer than months, and it could be way harder than thinking about taking a pill.
Do you think
And people oftentimes give up.
you and your contemporaries talk often about going to the gym? It's very important to you guys, and it seems almost like. And I Bradley Martin's a friend of mine, and I don't mean to.
By the way, my kids are in the gym all the time. So
It's good.
kids his age, they're all kudos to him. My sons want to
Good.
be built. They lift weights. They want to look good for the girls. It makes
It's
them feel
good.
good.
The gym
Yeah,
is
it's a good thing. What
but
you're
I'm
doing. My
saying
kids do it.
there's this weird emphasis that like the gym can fix all your problems, and I find that odd.
No, no, not at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying this will fix one of the problems. And absolutely, all men should go to the gym. Men should be proud of what they look like. Men should be strong.